the dawn of time, moss was the first plant to venture out of the sea and onto the barren land. Over millions of years, mosses have trapped energy and buried carbon deep beneath the surface, transforming our planet into a place where trees, birds, amphibians, mammals, all of life could thrive. They have survived on the planet for 450 million years through extreme climate changes. We have a lot to learn from them. They're stronger than they first appear. This is the story of mosses, how they bury the carbon giant and some of the other ways that their tiny actions can nurture all of life. Mosses are part of a group of plants called bryophytes. Along with tiny plants called liverworts and hornworts, there are over 1,000 species in the UK. Mosses are often overlooked and ignored, yet they are all around us. They can thrive up mountains, in woods, by the sea and on bricks. They just need a bit of dampness. Moss grows in cracks, at the edges and in shadows. Look closely and you will discover a truly wild place on your doorstep. This acrocarpus or upright moss produces spores from sporophytes and uses the rain to germinate anew. When you look closely, you will be astonished at their complexity and beauty. Then, in a garden or in a park or woods, you might find these spreading pleurocarpus mosses and fern-like mosses, making multiple layers. They harbour a forest of their own with tiny little creatures like tardigrades and miniature worms called nematodes. Birds will eat these creatures and also make soft, mossy linings to their nests. From mosses, we learn that when we take small actions together, we can bring abundance back to abandoned places. Sphagnum mosses are particularly special mosses to bogs and wetlands. They have a pom-pom leafy head and they have a long strand. They can store many times their weight in water. There are about 30 species which form mounds and mosaic carpets of growth with other mosses, lichens and vascular plants. As the moss grows in the light, so the leafy plant and rhizome is pressed down below without oxygen, and slowly in this anaerobic, mushy, rotting environment, it turns it into carbon-rich peat. Sphagnum moss lays down about 1 millimetre of peat per year, so that in 10 centimetres it's the equivalent of 100 years. 1 metre is 1,000 years of climate history below your feet. Moss leaves are only 1 cell thick, so interesting projections and patterns of growth are designed to prevent drying out and insulate. They connect to the ground with rhizomes, which are fine cellular hair-like structures underneath. They're not roots. This means the whole plant is able to absorb water and other nutrients it needs. They can also more easily find resting places where other plants find it difficult, such as on rocky surfaces or on these concrete bricks. Mosses are highly significant in combating the impacts of the climate emergency. They protect from extreme weathers, slow the flow of the water and prevent flooding. They absorb air pollutants. They're the first plant to grow on land damaged by wildfires. They stabilise the soil and create an environment for microbes, bacteria and fungi, and nurture tree seeds to germinate. There's so much to learn from mosses, our climate superheroes. If only we could be more moss-like. Each tiny moss reveals skills for successful living: persistence, resilience, simplicity, adaptability and collaboration. From moss, we gain hope and we celebrate as we work together to bring a brighter, greener future.